to Let's Draw Something. Today we will be drawing penguins. So, what do you say? Let's draw a penguin. Today we'll be following this penguin, Jaden, but you can add additional features like we did in our penguins.
It could end up like anything. Also, please like and subscribe.
All right, girls, are you ready to draw a penguin?
Yes.
Okay, so for a penguin, let's do it vertically so we can make them nice and big. Cool? And we're gonna start with a nice, easy shape. What kind of shape do you think a penguin might look like?
Like a big
Like a lump?
Mountains.
like a lump.
So if I was to say,
And
what
then-
letter would that shape be?
Like an upside down U.
A U? Okay.
Upside down U.
For me, it would be more of a curved V.
Or
Okay.
an N.
Or an
That's
N? Okay.
No, part of an M too. It might look like a little bit.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. And you can put 2 points down if you want to, so you can like draw a couple little dots. You don't have to do this. But basically, we're gonna take the picture and we're going to draw a big mound. So it kind of looks like in between a U and a V to me.
And then one thing that you shouldn't do, if you want to go like ahead or something, you shouldn't like just on the bottom, you shouldn't just make a line. You have to make like a lump, a little lump, and then
Well, we're not
connect.
there yet, Zoe.
That's cool. So we'll get to that spot too. You're right.
So if you want to go ahead, you could. So I'm just saying that you shouldn't just
Okay.
connect the line.
All right, so I got a little messy. See how mine doesn't look really the same? That's okay. Not all penguins do necessarily look the same, but because if we draw our line light enough, we can go right back over, and we can redraw it how we want it. So that's the beauty of drawing, is we can kind of take it and make it what we want. Even if we mess it up, that's okay. Still think I'm a little bit outside, so I'm gonna go down like this. A little extra line never hurt anybody. Okay, so we've got a basic shape, right?
Now I think we should do the bottom.
Okay, so we can do the bottom. So for the bottom, I'm gonna make kind of a U in the middle, a real long U. But right in the middle. Then, in order to make kind of where the legs would be, I'm just gonna round it off and attach it to the bottom on the other side.
Or you could do, like, if you want it to be like a person penguin,
Uh-huh.
you could make like those legs.
Yep, you could.
If you wanted to make it a person penguin.
All right, so I'm gonna make the feet a little bit later. So I think we should do the beak next.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm just gonna make a curved line right here. Right, and then later on we'll touch everything up. And then I'm gonna make a triangle, but the triangle I'm gonna do is gonna have curved lines. So I'm gonna come down to, not the middle, just make sure it's kind of the middle area. And that gives us a little beak.
And then
Next, we're going to,
yeah.
what color are penguins?
yeah,
What color are they?
black and white. Black and white.
Now we're going to add that black and white coloring in. And you can do this a lot of different ways, but basically you want to have the black on the outside, and then usually the tummy would be where the white is. I like to attach the black to the beak. You don't have to, you could make it around the head. I'm gonna attach it, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna curve this over and just make a little circle that goes underneath the beak. So it almost looks like the start of a heart. Gonna do the same thing on the other side. And again, if they're not perfect, that's okay. Make a little bit different. What we're gonna do is round this off like this. And it almost looks like, if you look at the white part, where his white tummy is, eyes and all that stuff will be, kind of looks like a bowling pin if you finished it off.
Like
or like the start of an 8.
Or you can make it look more like tuxedo-y and sort of go straight and then complete
I'm gonna do the same on the other side.
straight lines.
Yeah, you're right. So if your style is not to use big curved lines, maybe you're using straighter lines, that's okay too. You notice sometimes I don't like what I did, and I'll just draw a new line, and we'll just kind of touch it up at the end when we darken in all of our lines. So now that we have the basic shape of our penguin, we have a beak, we kind of have where the eyes are gonna be, we can put the eyes on. So I'm gonna put my eyes in here. And again, you can have all different size eyes depending on what you like. I'm gonna do some pretty big ones. Good. And then for me, I'm gonna give them pupils. I'm not gonna make the eyes completely black.
And if you want it to be a little bit more realistic,
Yeah.
you can do just little ovals, like long ovals.
Or you could
And
just,
it looks a little bit more realistic.
or you can
Okay.
just,
There's tons of different ways to make
or you
eyes.
can just make an eye. Also, you could add eyelashes onto your eye.
You could.
You can just make an eye.
We can do lots of
a
little
little
embellishments.
circle,
Yeah.
and then make 2 circles and then color the black in except for.
Yeah, that's kind of what I did. So I did a big circle, then I left a little circle inside of it, and then another one towards the bottom.
Yeah, but it's so little.
Do you guys hear a puppy eating?
Yeah.
That's our dog.
Little Skylar was hungry.
Yeah.
All
See,
right.
you could just make those eyes, but without the big circle.
You could. Absolutely.
There's so many different ways you can make eyes.
Yeah, you're
Or
absolutely
you could just
right.
make black circles.
Yep. And so we also need to put on some little wings. So I think my penguin's gonna have little tiny wings. So I'm just gonna come off the side and I'm gonna make some little wings like this.
They're long, but they're still like short. They're long,
Yeah.
but they're short.
So I'm just gonna put some little wings on them. Good.
Or you could put like your wings like more standing out.
One of the other things that we need to do is give him some feet, or her, right? So our penguin, for my feet, what kind of feet do penguins have?
Web.
Like flippers.
Web flippers, okay. So for me, because it's a cartoon, I'm not gonna make them webbed completely. So I'm just gonna make a little curve here on the outside. Notice it's kind of in between the end of the penguin and where the white part would start. And I'll do the same on both sides. So somewhere kind of in between. We're gonna try to make them pretty close in size. Most of the time, people's feet, if they have them, are the same size on both sides. So
But if
our
you-
penguin will be the same.
But you don't have to do the same size feet, maybe.
No, you don't have to.
Yeah.
I'm just going to try to make them kind of similar for myself. So for my web feet, I just kind of drew a line over. It didn't have to be real clean. And then for my web feet, I just drew some bumps. Honestly, I just drew some bumps. And I'm
Or
gonna do the same thing on the other side.
you could do that, but then you could also add like little black spots in the places that are blank
You could.
for like more of the webbed.
You could. Now at this point, you can give them some embellishment if you choose. So I want to give them some feathers at the top. I'll just take and make a few little lumps right up here. And that'll be like a little feather spot. Since he's a cartoon, maybe it almost looks like he has hair. I know he's a penguin, so it'd be feathers.
Or
Or
or that might be a mohawk.
yeah, I could give him a mohawk. We could give him a gold chain. I think for mine, I'm going to give him a little bow tie.
Also, you can make a bow in the hair. There's so many different things that you could put on him.
Yeah, we could.
Like-
we could.
Glasses. Yeah.
So draw a couple little lines. So bow tie is really pretty easy. Just a little circle, and then some funky little shapes They look like they're going to be a triangle or something almost, but they would connect inside. So the circle kind of covers over some of them. And then a couple little lines just to show that it's tied.
Like that, it's more like squeezed together on those parts, but
Yep.
it's really not.
So I think what we'll do now is we will stop for a moment, clean up our lines, and then come back and show everybody what we made, okay? Okay, so we cleaned up our penguin. The girls decided to name mine Jaden today. And all I did was erase some lines. I really kind of just darkened in the line with a marker. My favorite markers to use are these microns. There's quite a few different styles, so if you want a thicker line, I have like a micron 12 that I use for the outside. And then like when I'm filling in some of the eyeball, I use the micron 5. I made a big mistake today. I erased a little bit early and it bled a little bit, but that's okay. Still a pretty good looking penguin. What do you guys think? Was today's fun?
Yeah.
I'd like to see what you guys did.
You can go first.
Let's see.
Okay. I made Stella.
All right. So you did some stuff that was a little bit different than mine. What did you do that was different?
I added a little bow up here.
I love the little
And I colored everything
feathers too.
in.
Yep.
And I really just neatened the edges up.
Also, the one other
I
thing-
love your eyes. Your eyes are different too.
Yeah, my eyes.
Good. I think they look great.
Thank you.
Nice job, Olivia. Let's see yours, Zozo. So
That
who is this?
Cindy.
And tell us a little bit about Cindy. What did you do?
I did a bow, but I didn't do it holding up the hair at all.
Okay.
And I also didn't do it as a bow tie.
Yeah.
I also did different color for from Olivia's drawing. I also did different color for the feet and nose.
Nice.
So I
The
did
more yellow up here and orange down here.
orange down there.
Also, I noticed your shape is a little bit more of you.
Yeah, I think it's a good shape too.
Also, my eyes are different.
Absolutely. So nice job. You guys did a really, really good job. Did you have fun?
Yes.
I really enjoyed the penguin. The penguin's a fun one to do. See you next time.